Huawei P40 news is starting to creep in, and we've got some news on the possible design and layout that Huawei will be using, at least maybe on the P40 Pro. So Huawei have just released two new phones that are virtually identical under their two brands, Huawei and Honor V30 and Huawei Nova 6. And this can give us some clues into the possible design that Huawei might be choosing for the P40 series. So recently we got this information from a prolific Huawei leaker on Twitter detailing the possible screen specs the Huawei P40 Pro. It shows that Huawei are possibly changing their approach to the P40 series in 2020. So the leak firstly tells us that the screen is moving to a 2K resolution. This is to start off with an upgrade over the P30 series, which usually carried an inferior screen as compared to the Mate series. The P30 Pro had a full HD plus resolution screen that you could also turn down the resolution on to save some battery life. But according to this leak, the P40 Pro will have a full HD plus screen as the base level, which you can then turn up to a 2K resolution. Then it moves on to the fact that actually, at least on the P40 Pro, the screen is no longer curved, but it's actually a waterfall display. That's the type of screen that we saw first on the Mate 30 Pro, and I must admit it is absolutely gorgeous. And obviously Huawei have put a lot of time and effort into research and making these screens on their phones, so it does make sense that they would continue to use that type of display, at least on the P40 Pro. Actually, apart from Huawei using the waterfall type display and the Vivo Nex, which really does not sell in any big numbers at all, we haven't seen the waterfall display on too many other handsets. So if the P40 Pro does use the waterfall type display, it is going to be fairly unique in that regard, because we already know the Galaxy S11 series is sticking to the more reserved, subtle type of curved display. But the leak also hinted to something else which you might have missed. 3 letters, PPH. And this is the leaker's shorthand for pill punch hole. So that means that not only is the screen resolution moving up and the possible use of a more expensive waterfall type display, but they will actually be getting rid of the waterfall notch and moving to a cutout. It appears that Huawei have caved in and are using the exact same design as virtually every Android manufacturer going into 2020. So how reliable is this leak? Well, in China, a completely unrelated poster and a reliable source also posted this. It is a punch hole, unexpectedly, but it's a punch hole. And yes, he was talking about the P40 Pro. So of course, these are just leaks. We must take them with some skepticism. But if we look at the recently released phones from Huawei, it does seem like Huawei are moving towards the cutout display in their phones. Huawei believe this is the best way to add extra features and change up the design to make it look slightly more modern, slightly more different. Huawei have also put in ultra-wide cameras in both the Nova 6 series and the V30 series, so that could be a possibility in the P40 series. Those phones also have a taller 20:9 aspect ratio to accommodate the pill cutout and put it as part of the notification bar. The screen panel used on the Mate 30 Pro was predominantly from Samsung display, so I expect the P40 Pros to also use a Samsung display panel, as they really are the leaders in the waterfall and also the cutout design OLED displays. So let's wait and see if Huawei do indeed move to a waterfall cutout display screen on the P40 series. Definitely a big change if it was to happen. Subscribe for all the latest tech news and everything to do with Huawei, the P40 series. That's it for now, but I'll see you in the next one.